I mean, that was a lose situation for the whole gang.
No,
No one won that
Delonte
fight.
West.
Yeah, no one won anything in that.
No,
Delonte didn't win.
well, you
His
okay?
mama didn't win.
Okay, stop. Assuming all the rumors were true,
Yeah.
which is a terrible way to start this podcast because we're literally about to like talk about LeBron and his son and all this.
And his
So
family.
I'm gonna say it's a dumbass rumor because it's like, all right, I just don't. I don't know. I don't.
Yeah, I mean, no one knows that if it's true or not,
I
but
just think that that's crazy. It's like, oh, it's like, no, this is what Delonte West did. That's the only way he, went down this rabbit hole or spiraled out. Like, it's
well, I mean, that was a thing way before they found him on the street.
no, no, yeah, but it was. I don't know. I feel like it was a stretch.
Even then.
Yeah, and I feel like now
And
it's
then they found him on the street, which is just like an added coincidence. But, I mean, maybe he did what they said he did. Either way, he's not cool for doing said thing. Like, that's not a win for him.
no, it's a lose. It's a lose. It's a lose.
It's a
But
lose. Braun lost, the mom lost, Delonte lost big.
but we'll hope that is all rumors and really just Delonte lost because I mean
He did lose.
what the
They tried to help him.
what,
They tried to bring him
what the
back, and he
fuck
went straight back to the streets.
what is LeBron and his mother worried about? Her grandson and her motherfucking
Her
son
grandson.
on the same team together right now because I'm sorry. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast. We're here, but we got to get into it. Devin, shout out to everybody that got drafted before and after this one
Oh,
person. But there's only one person
yeah.
that anybody, unless they're paid to care about it, cared about.
Yeah.
And it was the guy that got picked 55th overall. Maybe the most hyped, like the most talked about second round pick ever.
Ever. Did they say? I mean, yeah, in the NBA, no one's talking about anything past the first 10 picks. I mean, maybe they talked about a few guys, but no one's getting hyped up. Now, when they called his name, I didn't watch it. They call him Bronny James, or they call him LeBron James Jr.
I'm not gonna lie. I also did not watch the
Cool.
actual.
No one did.
I only saw the. I watched the War Room, like the like JJ Redick and shit, like them when they show like
Gotcha.
them doing the picks. But
And then JJ Redick is just ripping N-words. Just left and right. Bombs.
okay, so I'm just gonna note that because I want to remember to. I forgot.
We'll talk. Yeah.
I want to talk about that, and it's like because that's something I want to talk about. But before that, Bronny is officially a Laker. He's
A
drafted,
Los Angeles Laker.
He's
Yep.
drafted by the Lakers, which, like, am I dumb for saying like damn, like it really happened? Like, cause like there was a world where
It is cool now that it has happened,
mm-hmm.
that they are now on the same team, but I mean, we knew it would happen. Rich Paul is also hilarious for saying whatever the fuck he said. Very funny for that.
About
For saying like we'll send him to Australia. It's like, first of all, I'm sorry, no one's fighting to get Bronny on their team unless they know LeBron's coming, and we know LeBron's not going anywhere. So no one wants LeBron James Jr. except for the Lakers. So him going to Australia is a joke. That's an ego thing for Bronny to worry about. But yeah, Bronny's a Laker, and yeah, it's cool. They're teammates. We can go back to. He said he wanted to play with his son. Now he can play with his son. Maybe. I mean, his son will be.
yeah.
Maybe he'll be a. What do they call him? Like whatever the G League team is for the Lakers. Maybe he'll be a G League.
Yeah, I don't know what the name of G League.
I mean, he'll be on that bench regardless.
But I mean, like I said, it's not the second coming of LeBron James. It's not the point of his career.
It's not even the fucking 1,000th coming.
But it's like not, and that's okay. Like he can be his own player. He can have his own career. He can have his own success. He can have his own benchmarks or goals or whatever. He doesn't have to go to 8 straight finals or whatever else people would expect.
Well, I mean, his goal is to. He hit his first goal of getting his name called, and then his next goal has to be staying in the league after LeBron leaves. Like, he has to make a name for himself so he still has a job after his dad leaves.
Sure, but even then, if I'm Bronny and I mean, I already got drafted, so like, fuck everybody, I don't care. Um, but B, I ball out summer league. I end up in the next 3 years or so being able to get on the court. That's I mean, I don't know that like no matter what else happens in that timeline, that the trajectory is up for me. Like I'm not. It doesn't have to be some spectacular. It doesn't have to be something. It doesn't have to be something crazy.
No.
It can just be. It can be his own career, and I think people have accepted that. I think
Yes.
people I don't know, but I think a lot of people thought that the decision on Bronny might have been might have been maybe not as solid as they thought once JJ got hired, and I didn't know how JJ was gonna feel about.
To me, it felt more solid after that than before.
See, but then I could also see in a world where it's like any new coach, any guy coming in as the new head coach, being like, we're not just gonna draft him because he's your son, he's there. We're drafting the best option or the best
Yeah, it's
whatever.
like,
It's like,
no, that's LeBron James.
yeah,
I'm sorry. We're going to
and
do
that's
anything possible to get your son on this team.
but when we should
Because
have known.
I can guarantee, like, that's a huge reason why he stayed and didn't implore other options of going elsewhere.
Well, what we should have known was, um, it came out a couple days ago that the Lakers, they said that they're committed to LeBron and they're willing to give him a 3-year max deal. Um, so LeBron's not going anywhere.
No.
We knew that. Bronny
Now,
is.
was it fun to talk about it? Yeah.
It was
I
interesting.
I wish we lived in a world where it was like, yeah, Bron is no longer a Laker, but I mean that just would have
But I mean, there's.
he can go ride it out as a Laker with his son,
I think there's still a lot.
stealing a roster spot.
I think that that's a why.
I can't say that.
But
I
like,
think I'm allowed to say
is that stealing a roster spot? You just said nobody cares who you are after the 10th pick. So if there's anybody after the 10th pick on a roster, you would consider them stealing a roster spot. For who? From who? Who's he stealing a roster spot from? Another guy that could have got drafted 55th overall? Because according to you, that doesn't matter.
I'm saying no. I'm saying like when you get drafted, you don't have a roster spot. Like he's not on the roster.
Oh, okay. So you're just saying you're saying you hope he
like
gets
anybody.
You don't want him to be on the official roster when the season starts.
No, I don't care where he is.
So
but I'm
he
just
goes
saying
crazy
like
summer league and is the obvious.
Sure, then whatever.
He doesn't deserve it. He's still stealing.
There is not enough evidence on the kid, and none of it is. Hey, this guy's gonna be a fucking monster. But hold on, but also, who cares? I don't know.
But look, I mean,
I don't know basketball.
You gotta understand, like we are. I mean, it's not our jobs, but like we're on this show, and like we are, like watching something that has never happened before, the father son duo thing. But it's like,
sure,
like we're at the point where it's like us, our generation, like have watched kids or like when we were younger, like shit, make it to the league, already be out of the league, already be busts, already be bums, or and then it's like now we got LeBron playing with his child. Now I initially was saying he doesn't have to be LeBron, but you're saying going all the way down saying he's stealing a roster spot. So what I want to ask you is like, what would it take for him to not be considered as somebody who's just stealing a roster spot, other than being LeBron's son?
Well, I say that he's stealing a roster spot because quite literally he is only in this position because he is LeBron's son. But he knows that. Everyone knows that. So it's not like he's legitimately stealing a roster spot. It's just an open roster spot will be there for this kid at any moment that LeBron is on this team. So there will always be a spot for him unless LeBron is going to be like, hey, hit the G League, bounce, get out of town, fuck off, whatever. But, I mean, yeah, maybe you don't need the 12th, 13th guy on your roster, but the Lakers need depth and they need a real team and they need real players and all that jazz. So, I mean, unless they can find a way for Bronny to contribute to this team, I mean, hopefully he does that.
But it's like, I don't know. That's the thing. you're putting this pressure on. At the same time, he's only in this position because he's LeBron's kid, whatever. Okay, he's also still the second round, 55th pick. Like he doesn't have to contribute that much this year. He really doesn't.
No, I
He
know.
doesn't. And it's like if it
But
was anybody else that wasn't contributing that much, it wouldn't be some he's stealing a roster spot thing.
Well, the majority of these 60 guys aren't going to be on a roster.
We don't know what the fuck's going to happen in the NBA. Or we don't know what these rosters
No, of course not.
What's going to look like. But I'm saying, like, this is not the first junior or son of a player or whatever. And it's like, yeah, obviously it's going to boost your like, okay, like, yeah, it happens. This happens to be LeBron James' kid, but there's a lot of wait till Carmelo's kid, wait till Gilbert Arenas' kid. They're right around the corner about the pop up.
Sure.
You're gonna hear all about them when it's time for them to hit the league. Like, it's how it works, bro. It's power. It's what it is.
Yeah, no. I don't give a fuck what the Lakers do with him, but I mean, yeah, maybe he's good, maybe he's not.
And that's
like,
the
I
thing.
don't fucking.
I say treat him.
What are they supposed to do with him?
Treat him like he's his own fucking player. And if he's a 13th man, guess what? He'll be talked about as much as every other 13th man next season. Not at all.
No,
by
he will
me
be
and
spoken
you,
about.
by me and you.
Sure.
He won't. I'm saying he won't be. There will be no reason to talk about him.
Sure.
Now, 3 years down the line, when it's all right, now this guy's still on the roster and hasn't done shit. Okay, in that scenario, you could say he's stealing a spot.
But yeah, I mean, we might not even see him on the court next season.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, but that's you could say that for a lot of guys.
Yeah, so. But I think Bron is also aware that. I mean, when Bron first talked about his son, when he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm going to team up with Bronny," like Bron was probably hoping that his son would be close to what he ever was, and they could team up and go dummy on another team, and Bronny could contribute. But I think they've kind of eased that, and now it's like, hey, Bronny just wants to be drafted by a team. And then Rich Paul's like, oh, no, yeah, you're only going to be a Laker. Like anyone else had fucking interest in that kid.
I don't know. I feel like...
Because the whole entire fucking season, we don't talk about this kid for his play. We don't talk about him for any other reason than maybe a team that drafts him can get his fucking dad. That's the only reason we talk about this kid. There's not 1 second that anyone talks about his fucking play. No one's talking about a 6'2" guard who is subpar. Who has no fucking, like, maybe, I don't know.
But that's the thing.
He played 25 games in college and averaged 4 points.
But
what are we supposed to do with that?
That's the thing. What are we supposed to do with that? You're kind of closing the book and saying like, all right, well, he's not going to be anything ever. It's like, who the fuck knows?
No, he could be. I don't know.
Who knows? Like him being the 55th pick would be the same as if Shedeur gets drafted in the 6th round next season. It's like, there'll be no reason to talk about Shedeur. There'll be no reason. Bronny,
I mean, that's where Shedeur should be drafted.
Bronny, for some reason, went in the 1st round or top fucking 15. Yeah, people would have been pissed. And if Shedeur plays...
Well, if the Lakers didn't have a 55th pick and they only had the 17th, they may have taken fucking Bronny in the 17th.
Trades would have been made or something would happen, but they're not wasting that first pick. But it's like if Shedeur sucked and got drafted 1st round, people would be pissed. So it's like...
But can we just be honest about who the fuck Bronny James is?
Yeah. He's a basketball player.
He will be a basketball player on a roster. Lord knows if he'll be good or not.
We don't know. We have seen players gassed up to the absolute moon.
Yep.
Picked 1st round, 1st overall. Year after year after year. And shit the
trash.
Yep. So... just because it's LeBron James' kid and we already know he's not LeBron, I'm not going to be like, fuck him. Like, there's no reason. It's like, just let him be the 13th, 14th man. If that's what he is, that's what he is for now. And until then, there's really no reason to talk about him.
Yeah.
And that's me kind of capping. Like, all right, like he got drafted now. Like maybe depending on what goes on in the summer league, we could discuss it. But it's like, you know, he's
He's gonna get lit the fuck up in the summer league.
treat him like
But
treat
honestly,
him like his own person, and that's less pressure on him to be his fucking dad, like because he doesn't have to.
No one thinks he's gonna be his fucking dad. And honestly, at this point, they're hoping that he fucking stays on a roster.
Sure, but
he's hoping he stays on a roster. He was hoping his name got called.
Okay,
but also, I think a year in Australia would have done good for the kid.
But there could be a possibility that
the fact that they were like basically joking about it, like, yeah, if the Lakers don't get him, he's going to Australia. It's like LaMelo Ball went to Australia, did pretty well, learned a lot, became his own player, and then came back to the league and played well.
But I just think that it's like you said, he should just he's gonna just go play in the summer league and do what he does. But it shouldn't. Or you said,
but he's not gonna have time to develop as a player. Like, he played 25 games in college. He's gonna play 6 games in the summer league, and then he's gonna play fucking 10 games next year if he plays.
Like most guys would.
I know, but a lot of guys. Well, no, guys have played full college careers, 2-3 years, or a full fucking season.
I mean, there's so many NBA players in and out of the league every season. I mean, yeah, there's
no, I know,
rookies or whatever. Like, my point is, like, what you're saying, like, yeah, that should be expected and that should be okay because, like, that's what's expected.
Sure.
So, like, that's fine. Like, that's all it is. There are players on that roster that are expected to contribute a lot more and haven't. And that's what I'm more concerned about, or more interested in how they're going to fix those situations, because right now it's LeBron. It's still LeBron and AD. What? Figure that out. How why
there needs to be no more talk about Bronny because they have a real basketball team with a coach who likes to use words he's not supposed to.
So can we?
Oh yeah.
Go ahead. You roll that out because I don't know how.
I'm assuming that JJ Redick's camp knew all about what was going to come out, like, because he gets announced as the head coach. The next day, it's like one lady accuses him of saying the N-word, another lady accuses him of saying the N-word, and they're all fucking old accusations. I think he's been accused before.
Duke accusations.
But then their response was like, it never happened. And it's like, yeah, that should be your only response. Unless there's fucking video evidence of this fucking guy saying that word, then sure, let him have it. But they're just trying to get him fired. I think he should be fired for his merit and how he will suck as a head coach rather than him saying the N-word every once in a while. Get him on something that matters. Get him on something that hurts, you know?
There's not every once in a while. If he was hard R'ing people, fuck, that's wild.
Oh yeah, no, he had that shit locked and loaded anytime he saw one on campus.
Getting accused of being back in Duke, like hard R'ing girls.
Yeah. But apparently one of them was his ex-girlfriend, who either wanted to have an abortion or didn't want to have an abortion. I'm assuming didn't.
Okay.
And then went on like a rant and was emailing her and I guess put the N-word in an email. Maybe. I don't know.
Okay, so I'm going to put it to you like this. And let's be real, just honest. People pick and choose when to be mad about this type of shit.
Of course. I mean, JJ Redick, no one said anything when he started a podcast with LeBron James. When he got a job with ESPN, or when he started his own podcast, when he played his whole. I mean, again, there were accusations before.
I don't know,
but this will be
the other girl that came out and said it. Like, I'm pretty sure, like, she even said, like, I've never said this before, or like she said something.
Yeah, one of them. I think there was a separate accusation that had been.
The girlfriend was something else.
Maybe yes, but. Yeah, the fact that she can put out a tweet where it's like the only time I've been called a racial slur is on Duke campus by the new head coach of the Lakers. Yeah. It's like, say his fucking name if you're going to accuse him of it. Make it a big deal.
It's just like, bro, the way we sat here and made fun of fucking, what's her name, with Zion, like, if we're gonna make fun of these,
Oh
if we're
yeah,
gonna make fun of these,
Mariah.
if we're gonna make fun of these bitches for lying, if we're gonna make fun of, if we're gonna, if we're gonna,
Now
no, if we're gonna assume they're lying, let's just, because I'm gonna assume they're lying the same way I'm assuming that all these bitches are lying about all these athletes.
I'm gonna be honest. They could be lying, but I'm not gonna put it past JJ Redick to be ripping words out like that.
But that's also
at
just
people.
that's just stupid. Like
He also went to Duke, where they
he's
are
just saying things that doesn't matter. He also played basketball. Like it's all he also
Yeah, no. He also played with a ton of black guys.
Yeah. So he also like either fucking hit it super
He also
well.
talks to black people every day.
Yeah,
he's
like,
gonna coach black people. Like I don't think he has a problem with them.
No, he doesn't. Like
he might.
At all. Like I don't think he does.
He might.
Like I don't think he does.
But I don't think
like
so.
I was saying, people pick and choose when we mad about this shit. And when it's something like this where there's like obviously no evidence except a tweet, like, oh, like he said this. First of all, show me the email. Like the other thing you were talking about, like with the email, like give me the let's see this email. Like
we got Von Miller's receipts of him trying to kill a baby.
Oh yeah.
Or him threatening I don't know, weird stuff.
Oh no, he was like kill it. Like he was texting her like
he was like kill that baby, you fucking whore or some
like,
shit.
You know, Von Miller was going crazy. And
yeah.
nobody cares. You didn't realize nobody said anything about Tyreek breaking that chick's leg like 2 months ago. Like that just happened. Dude, and it's like
that was gone in an instant. But I think it's a simple thing about like when you know bad stuff's gonna come out about you, get it out of the fucking way immediately. They're gonna get it out of the way immediately, like, and just deny it, and then everything will pass over. The only times when, like, they clearly know that there is no physical evidence, because the only time someone got fucked over was Donald Sterling when they had a recording of him dropping the N-word, or when they had emails of John Gruden dropping fucking Q's and F's.
Like, yeah, show us the
P's
proof. Show us the proof.
Yeah, give me the proof.
If it was that bad, you held on to that.
What do you mean by that?
You held on to that email.
Yeah.
If it actually happened and it was that bad, like you.
Dude, if I saw an email with the N-word, I'm keeping it.
No, but if it's
I'm keeping it in there just for safekeeping.
Holy
so
shit, this guy.
Don't piss me off.
Holy shit, like this Duke player or my ex-boyfriend, whatever the fuck. Like I think it's just
whoever the fuck.
I think it's I don't know. I think it's.
But at the same time, it's like, I mean, yeah, you can't charge him with a crime.
Okay, obviously you can't charge him for a crime, but like.
No, I know, but it's like, yeah, I don't know. Like, what are you gonna do to him? Like, unless the Lakers organization gets so much fucking pushback that they're like, hey, we gotta fucking fire this guy.
You think? I mean,
that's the only possibility that could get him fired. But again, this will blow over in an instant. They've dealt with this millions of times. You're telling me Phil Jackson's never dropped an N-word?
See, oh my God, you keep
I'm just gonna put it on every white dude.
You're just assuming like he did it, and it's just okay.
No, it's getting Jerry West. You're telling me Jerry West never dropped it.
It seems like you're more on the side of like, nah, yeah, he did it. It's okay. Like I just don't believe it. I know you're shitting on him, but it's just, oh my God, bro. I don't know what he said. He could have said it. He could not have said it. All I know is we got.
I'm not a doctor.
It's fine. What is our proof? These bitches said it on Twitter. They said he said it. Is that what it is?
Someone said he said it. Yep.
Someone said I'm capping it off because I'm
yes.
over
No.
Yeah. Situation, but I'm saying like so.
Agreed.
Someone said he said it.
Someone said he said it.
Someone said he said it. If cancel culture wants to do their thing, fuck, I don't care anymore. I don't care what happens because should he even be the coach of the Lakers? I don't know. Were there any other options? I don't know. Maybe me or you. Like I don't know who are the options.
Yeah. I don't. Yeah.
Lakers.
I don't think they need anybody. I think LeBron should be. You know what they could have done? Made Bronny the coach. That's a spot on the team. He gets to play with his son. That's a way better option, in my opinion.
See what
he knows basketball.
Bronny could be a coach and probably do as much as JJ's gonna do next season.
Exactly.
Oh, and let a JJ Redick hater catch him with like his hands in his pocket once. One screenshot of him with his hands in his pockets.
Yeah.
And I mean, people are gonna be shitting all over JJ. See, this is why y'all fired Darvin Ham. Blah,
Yep.
blah blah. But I don't know. There's other things.
Let's see JJ Redick try to draw up a play on a whiteboard.
Wipe it off,
Shit.
rewrite it. But
You're there. Scribble.
there's some other things that went on in the basketball world that I think are a lot more interesting than the draft,
Yes.
than JJ
And
Redick,
JJ Redick and any of that stuff,
than
yes.
any of that shit. The first thing is, which I'm gonna ask you how you feel about it, because I mean, it seems like the world is like, it's over. It happened. This was the move of moves.
Oh, Mikal Bridges?
Mikal Bridges traded to the Knicks.
It's the only reason that it's cool. Number one is you got a guy who's going to be on the court. He's never missed an NBA game. He's never missed a college game. Yet, at least. And he's another player from the same fucking Villanova team. But 5 first-round picks and Bogdanovich seems like a lot. I don't know how much they value a first-round pick in the NBA, but
it's nothing. It's a win now league. It don't matter.
Also, yeah, I mean, but I don't know if that's the win now piece. They think it is.
They think it is, because look, all right, were the Knicks the 2 seed in the East? Yes, because of like a lot of
the East was depleted. You had some injuries, and you had an outstanding year from Jalen Brunson. Lord knows if we'll see a season of that caliber.
Like, okay, so you're looking at like Brunson, Dante, Bridges, OG, Mitchell, and then like, okay, you got like Josh Hart, Toppin coming off the bench. I mean, shit. I don't know why they still have Julius Randle on the roster, but he's there, so maybe they're expecting him to like be healthy or something. And
yeah, I mean, they seem to like Jay Randle, but
it's like people are. I mean, like I was talking to somebody off the podcast, and they were like, "This is like," they weren't even gassing it up. They were more like, "This is just the world we live in. The Knicks are going to win the finals next year." And I was like, "What are you talking about? Like, what are you?
No.
What like?"
Someone there's been talk about that. It makes zero sense to me. I mean, I don't think this team was ever a Mikal Bridges away.
No,
but I mean,
there's only
there's not many teams that are Mikal Bridges away.
Say,
but
very few.
The only like scary, I mean, it's not scary, but the only like reason that this is impactful is because now you have a slightly deeper basketball team, which is hard to come by in the NBA. I mean, the Celtics were an incredibly deep basketball team. That's the Lakers' struggle, is the fact that they have no depth at all. It's a lot of teams' struggle is the lack of depth.
Mm-hmm.
But also you lack the kind of star power. You're going to get 15 points from Josh Hart, 15 points from Mikal Bridges, 15 from maybe 12 from Dante, 17, whatever the fuck. And then you'll get 25 to 30 maybe from Brunson. So, I mean, yeah, you're getting players who can play well, but yeah, I don't know. I feel like that piece isn't there, and JB might be that guy. I don't know.
They're a team that's gonna be like good all year. They're deep enough to where they're gonna, they're gonna have rotations. They're gonna have just kind of players on players on players. They're gonna be able to compete. And come playoff time, say they go up in a series against a team that might be more of just a couple names or just star power, depending on star power, they'll probably be able to handle them.
Yep.
Then they run into maybe a Boston or a healthy Philly or a healthy Bucks team,
or a Miami with another piece.
But then at the same time, to me, this was more of all right, now it's checkmate Indiana. Now what are y'all gonna do? This isn't the Knicks made the finals. This is more of all right,
this is who's fighting for the best of the rest. This is who's going to be the 5 seed next year?
Who's putting pressure on Boston next year in the East? Basically, is who's putting any type of pressure on them?
Well, the Knicks were what up? Were they up 3-1 against the Pacers?
Fuck, were they up 3-1?
They may have been up 3-1. It may have been
3-1.
It may have been 2-0. I don't know. But they were up in that series and ended up losing to the Pacers, and the Pacers got what, 4-0 to 4-1. But yeah, right now the gap between the Celtics, who could be stronger next year, and the rest of the East is pretty deep.
Cavs, like
But
there's
yeah, we're looking at it. We're looking at a Philly that could be better. We're looking at a Bucks that could be better. A Heat that could be better. A lot of teams that could be better. So
like the chances of them being the second seed next year, even after this trade, to me, I think are low. Like, I don't
yeah,
think they're going to be the second best team in the East next season,
no,
record wise.
no.
Well, on the same side, maybe they are because maybe Philly does deal with injuries again. Maybe
But we're
like
it's in a world where it's like full strength in the East, max potential. No,
but then there's
I mean
also
we don't know where Donovan Mitchell's going to go next year if he goes to an Eastern Conference team. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what we're looking at.
yeah,
But we're not looking at a two Knicks.
that's the thing. It's a in a world where if everybody's healthy, yeah, no, there's not much.
No,
They're not some team that's making the finals, but also
no.
because of
But also, we never know who's making the
the
finals.
team that they are, and the way that other teams fucking deplete or just
Yeah,
fall apart in the postseason or can't stay healthy, they just might
yeah,
fall in the perfect spot to be the team that represents
they
the
could.
East in the finals. But I don't know. I it's cool, like you said, the Villanova shit. Like it's cool, but this ain't March Madness. This is
But they're also missing the two fucking coolest guys from that Villanova team.
fucking
The guys who won them a national championship.
um
Archie Diacono to Chris Jenkins. Buzzer beater. Also, no one talks about Marcus Page. Whatever happened to that guy?
I don't know.
What happened to Marcus Page? Oh, lefty, double clutch.
I don't know. That's the thing. Like,
That was the last good national championship. That's the only one I remember.
yep. Yeah,
It's 2016. It was the last good. I got nothing
I was trying to
else.
pull. No. Yeah, no.
I mean, it was like UConn when Kemba won, and it was fucking 2016.
I mean,
Louisville,
2016. I mean, that was just the.
Louisville, the one that got taken away from him,
Yeah,
or for the, I don't know, whatever.
let's also be real. College basketball is for like super sport nerds. Like
Yeah, I'm not sitting down. I'll watch
I can't.
short the national
I
championship,
can't do
but
that. I can't do that. I just can't. And I know it's for super sport nerds because nobody else was getting talked about except for Bronny.
yeah, and the two first draft picks were French fuckers.
Yeah, not the first. Like
Not
3 or 4 of them were in the top 10.
with the French.
Yeah, like some.
I know the first two
Let's
were.
say the best fuckers aren't even coming out of college anymore.
It's weird. I didn't know that the French were. I didn't realize they could be that tall.
They're just tall and they're taking over the league now, I guess.
And Wembanyama's got a brother or some shit who's coming up soon and whatever.
Also, not everybody's Wemby. Like, not everybody's gonna be, and we don't know what Wemby's gonna fucking be. So it's like, I don't.
There's I think it's you guys know Florida. They got a guy who's fucking 7'9".
Yeah.
Towers over
I'm not
Wemby.
gonna waste my time pulling it up.
Towers over Taco Fall.
Yeah. But see,
That's a huge guy.
I'm not gonna lie. When people get to that size, like
Scary.
that scares me. Like,
Yeah.
like, okay, so you're not a big wrestling guy at all, but you've heard of Andre the Giant.
I know Andre the Giant, yes.
Like, the stories of him are basically like he was so damn big that like his body just
gave out.
Yeah, like these motherfuckers are so big, and it's like they're like your like organs are not made to work for 7 feet of mass for
no, especially not 7'9".
It's scary because like when you are that size, and you also think of like, I mean, it's not like a defect, but like there's also people.
It's not a normal
there's people
occurrence.
who are that big, and now I'm like also still thinking of like the WWE world where they use a lot of big motherfuckers, but some of them, can barely bend their knees, can barely walk.
Yeah.
Some of them are maybe not that tall, but are like 6'8", 6'9", and are athletic as fuck.
Sure.
But this whole 7'9" bullshit, like, yeah, it is scary. But it's also like it's not as scary when you got like the 7-1 guys. At least they're like super skinny. Like these
Yes. Well, this 7'9" guy is
yeah.
built.
See, that's the thing. Like the more built they get, like it's like Shaq. Like Shaq, like his body just broke
Shaq was
down.
7'1", but he was built.
Yeah, but then like the older he got, the more out of shape he got. It's just like your body is just.
But the
Regular,
no, it's not meant for
regular
that. No.
people, if they're not in shape, it's like your knees are not gonna be like your knees are gonna go bad.
Yeah.
Like shit's gonna go bad.
Yeah.
When you add,
but now you
2
add
feet,
height, and yes, the scariest part, at least from an NBA standpoint, is injuries. I mean, we look at Porzingis, who's over 7 foot, and a lot of these other guys, and then we look at like mobility, like. Wemby's a fucking freak of nature at 7'3" or 7'4", who has handles and a jump shot. But you look at Taco Fall, who's 7'6", he's got nothing.
it's like
He's got nothing but 7'6". But 7'9" is a different world. Huge.
how tall is Porzingis? How tall what's Porzingis listed height?
Probably 7'2".
Is he listed
7'3".
at 7? Is Porzingis
Maybe shorter. I
I
don't
don't
know.
think Porzingis is listed.
Is he not that big?
I don't think he's listed.
7'2", yeah.
Really? Okay. Well,
Yep.
okay. Whatever height you were gonna say, I was gonna say this, but Porzingis, it seems like you know how they're saying how rare of an injury he had. It's like you gotta think like when you're 7'2", it's like of course like you can probably have more rare injuries because you got so much more ligament and shit to tear and rip like or that could possibly rip. It's like well people don't usually tear this like say for example it's like they don't usually tear this ligament. It's like people usually don't have their ligament that's usually this big. It's that big in their foot.
Exactly.
Like it's like that
it's a different world for these
but
fuckers.
I'm thinking even outside of that like bro, do you know how long it takes for blood to get from like here to here if my wingspan is 11 feet or like whatever
yeah.
foot, like
do they have fucking
it's scary
crazy blood pressure? Just
it's I feel like
pounding?
I feel like it's like it's something you definitely would probably have to look out for and watch.
Let me look up life expectancy by height.
We can definitely
because when you're small, it's bad too.
Really, see, it's really small and really tall. Well, that's the thing. It's like
when you're not normal.
It's not. I don't want to say the word normal, but it's average. The average.
When you're not.
But I'm saying
a normal fucking
like,
human being.
Like that's the reason the average live the long. Like the average life expectancy is of the average person because it's like the average health. Everything is averaged out. So it's like and there's not as many people that are that fucking big. There's not as many people that are super small, but people who are, 5'5" to 5'11" seems like I don't know, 95% of America now. Like it seems like everybody's just either 5'6" or 6 foot.
Yeah.
Plus 6 foot plus.
Yes.
But.
There's some short people out there.
Did you find anything on that before we move on? Because I do got another.
I mean, it says shorter people live longer, unless they're like short from a disease.
So you're saying
genetic thing.
Okay, so just okay. Well, I mean,
like this, I think about it in dogs. Like a Chihuahua is gonna live a lot longer than a fucking Mastiff.
Then you got them big ass dogs where them hips go bad and shit just goes bad.
Like a Great Dane, 6-7 years you're getting out of that fucker.
But like I'm talking about like random shit like arteries. You got like the dogs where like when their stomachs are so big, their torso is so long, their shit can twirl up or contort like their
sure. Dogs are weird. They got a bunch of like inbred stuff.
I feel like people that like you said but like dwarfism is a thing, and there are there's shit you have to worry about. Like, and same thing for
of course.
Being huge, whatever the opposite of that is.
Yep.
There's a word for it.
Giantism.
Is that really the word? Like, am I that stupid?
That is a thing.
I think it's something.
I don't know
like
if
it is something like it's like you're actually right. I think you're right. It is something.
I don't know if like that's what you call anyone who's over fucking 6'7", but.
Can we talk about a move that might not even happen, but I'm like actually more excited about than the Mikal Bridges move?
KD to the Rockets?
No, but that's That's I don't know. I don't care about Katie the Rockets, but
Everyone keeps talking. They're like, look out for the Rockets.
yeah,
Look out for the Houston Rockets.
I'm
Like,
like
all
more
right,
excited
cool.
for what like Orlando can do before like Houston. Like it's cool. Like
Yeah,
or I don't know. But
what's the move? Oh, I know of a move.
Golden State came out and said
They want Pajonculus Jorge.
they want that man, the son of Paul and Paulette. Paul,
Actually,
I think so.
okay.
I'm pretty sure. You can fact check me on that.
His mom's name is
Fact check me on that. I'm pretty sure it's Paul and Paulette. But
they met. They're like, hey, I'm Paul. Hi, I'm
Golden
Paul.
State wants Paul George. They said they're off. They're willing to give him a max deal.
Paul and Paulette, and his son's name, you guessed it, Paul.
It's beautiful. It's a beautiful love story. Just a Paul love story. It's a
fucking weird.
It's the opposite of appalling, but it is a Paul story.
Yeah, it's weird.
Golden State wants Paul George.
Yep.
I don't think we talked about Golden State being an option. Did we?
We did not bring up Golden State, but Clay's on his way out.
Well,
quick.
So now we know why now we know why the whole talks with Clay are froze. Like,
yeah, because they want him out fast as fuck.
Well, I think it's more like, look, like we're trying to give a lot of money to Paul, so it's like, what are you willing to take? Because it's like,
tell us what you want to do. We'll pay you $2 million to leave. I'll pay you to get the fuck off this team so I can give Paul George more money. Now, will it be cool? Will he change the organization? I don't know. It's a cool move. But Paul's up there in age. He's still a great player, but
starting with Clay, like in a world where you have a team,
it is better than Clay.
You have a team where you got Steph and Paul George, and then Klay Thompson's coming off of the bench. That's cool.
It's not bad.
Steph and PG, that's going to be cool.
Yep.
There's still a lot of work to be done.
Agreed.
Because it's like, okay, what? Okay, is it going to be Steph, Clay, Paul George, Draymond, and Kevin Looney? Like, is that what we're working with next year? Is that what we're doing? Is that what going?
I guess they're going to try to run it back.
Is that what Golden State's doing next year? And Chris Paul coming off the bench?
Chris Paul coming off the bench.
That move still pisses me off.
CP is bouncing. He's gone, I think.
He's got to be. Right? I mean, I don't know. What the fuck is he doing?
Bro's almost 40.
Paul George, the move would be cool.
Warriors are aggressively looking for trades for Andrew Wiggins and Chris Paul.
And
Wiggins, they are both gone.
It's interesting. There's going to be a lot of moves made in Golden State, huh?
This is the changing of the tide. And, I mean, I guess we thought we would have seen that last year. We'd hoped that we would have seen that last year. But there's a lot of free agents on the table. There's a lot of trades that teams are open to. A lot of teams they don't mind trading away their biggest stars.
Mm-hmm.
Like Kevin Durant, which is odd. The Suns are like, we kind of really don't want him.
The Suns are
we'll take Bradley Beal.
The Suns are like, it didn't really work for a year or so.
It's kind of weird that we can't do anything with this fucking phenomenal basketball player, but Chris Paul and Devin Booker work, so bring back CP3. Yeah,
it worked better than whatever the fuck was going on in Phoenix this year.
Agreed.
All right. Since, obviously we don't know what's going to happen with the whole Paul George shit. We got no clue. But last episode, we were talking about make or break seasons for players.
Yeah.
So I went through and found some. I found a bunch, actually, so I'm going to save some for next episode. But I got some for today. First, I'm going to ask you if you think they are. I mean, that's really what the conversation is, because some of these guys you might not even think are make or break. Maybe I do. Maybe you don't. I don't know. But like you said, we can probably come up with better make or break players, and I think that's exactly what I think that's exactly what we're about to cook up. So, first make or break player next season. How do you word this question? Is this player's season a make or break season next year? Is that
sure?
However you can word it.
We'll leave it at that, and then We'll fix that up in post.
Kyler Murray.
Oh, we're talking football now. We're talking
We're talking
football.
football. We're talking NFL. We
We're
we
talking
have we
football.
have moved on to NFL.
Is it make or break? No. I think this team is not set up to be a very successful team. I think they're set up to be decent. They do have Marvin Harrison Jr., but I mean, maybe the Cardinals don't want him after next year if he has a bad year, but I mean, he'll be on a roster at some point. I don't think it's a career-ending year if he has a bad year. He's still very young and has shown potential. Has just been hurt and had a bad start to last season, so he never really had a chance to prove anything because he tore his fucking ACL. And then all that shit with the video games last year, like there hadn't been much good things spoken about him the entire year, the entire offseason, the whole year, any of that shit. So
Last couple years.
yeah, I don't think he's yeah. So yeah, I don't think he's done. But I mean, maybe he has a great season.
Yeah. See, I guess I just looked at it more like for the money he's getting paid.
Yeah, I
That's a
mean,
big
again, the
thing.
Cardinals could want to boot him.
I do agree that the Cardinals, and as a whole, don't have like high expectations next season, so you can't really ask for much. But
No.
also, it's been going down. So last 3 years, it was 14 games played, then it was 11 games played. Last year was 8 games played.
Yep.
So it's just he's making more and more money. He's playing less games. So like it to me, like it's it's not like necessarily a make or break like for the career, but it's like even if the Cardinals don't play like as a team aren't good next season, for like the best look for Kyler Murray is to at least play a full healthy season, put up decent
Yes.
numbers, don't turn the ball over. At least for what you are worth, play for what you're
Yeah.
worth. Fuck how good the team or whatever the record's going to be, but at least be there.
Which I mean, I think we expect him to do.
I think so. Like we know what he can do when he's healthy. It's just we haven't seen it in a while.
No. But yeah, I mean, based off of where he should be and where everyone thinks that he should have a good season. Now, if he has a fucking abysmal season, then sure, fucking trade him or do whatever. But I mean, I don't think. Yeah, I think they still have trust in him, and he'll have a better receiver, and hopefully they can give them a few more pieces, a little bit of an offense. They don't have a running back really. They don't have any other receivers, so maybe they give him a little bit more.
Yeah,
But
they're not working with shit, are they? They're not working like it's really
no,
it's really like it's like I mean, yes.
he's got to stay healthy.
The biggest thing is if he was on a team with high expectations,
Sure.
100%. Like
that's the reason that like fucking Trevor Lawrence gets off making so much money.
Trevor Lawrence is somebody else on this list.
I mean, I don't think it's make or break, but it'll tell the Jags a lot about their future depending on how he plays.
Is it more make or break than Kyler?
No, I don't think money. Like, obviously they haven't had Trevor for very long, and they haven't played that much with him. So,
but
I think that they're in the same boat where they're like, "Hey, we just gave him a shit ton of money just to see what the fuck will happen."
Don't you think there are a little bit higher expectations for Jacksonville? Like if you but if like you
that is true.
Pay Trevor Lawrence this money, it's like, all right, you better go fucking beat Houston and win the AFC South.
Yeah,
like, you better go handle
that. That is true.
Because what I'm looking at is last season, 4,000.
Well, to me, it's more like they know that they got their guy, so they just paid him what they wanted to.
It's like so if he puts up a year like last year, 4,000 yards, touchdowns was 21 to 14 interceptions. I mean, that's
that's not $55 million a year.
Some weak ass shit. And to be considered a team that could win their division, or you got to think like this is a team that's gonna have to battle with Houston. They're gonna be a problem just within their division. So I think at least when it comes to quarterbacks, the money thing, I know in all actuality it doesn't matter, but you still have to consider the fact that there is somebody writing these checks that thinks like I don't. I mean, maybe it's true, but I don't think it's just We have our guy. Give him his money. Like, there's reports coming out that Miami, you know, okay, like in a crazy world, they could throw whatever at Tua, and we could be like, yeah, I mean, I guess they have a guy, like they have somebody they think, but they came out and said that
Yeah.
like they're not even willing to pay them what Golf is making right now. So like they're already setting
Who, Tua?
yeah, like they're already they're
Yeah.
already coming out and setting a bar, which I'd
Well, and this needs to happen because every contract of recent has been like, hey, now we're just going to pay him more money. Lamar got his contract. Jalen Hurts made more money.
Mhm.
Like it has just been this piling on. Joe Burrow's now the highest paid. Trevor Lawrence somehow got up there, but there needs to be a level where they're like, we're stopping where these guys are getting paid. But yeah, I mean, well, my thing is like Miami's never had that full trust in Tua like they say they have.
nah, yeah.
Like Miami's not like, hey, we got our guy, we're locked in for good. Jacksonville, on the other hand, they're like, this guy's got potential, we're kind of locked in right now. Kyler Murray, so, but that's just because the whole organization's shaky. But Miami knows if they have a better quarterback, then they could probably do a lot better things. So yeah, I think they're going to try to force him out money wise, and maybe another team will swoop by and offer more money, and they can just kind of push him aside and not have to deal with him.
That's also
But they also have to find a better quarterback.
that's another interesting scenario where Tua's on the market. Oh shit, that
I mean, dude, if they are like, first of all, if they don't make the playoffs next year, Tua's out.
mhm.
Tua's fucking going back to Hawaii. If they do make the playoffs, they're not where they want to be for the team that they have and the money that they've spent on this team. They're nowhere near where they want to be. They want to be at the top of the
dogs.
AFC. They're not close.
Yeah, they want to be
Huh?
top dogs. They want to be like
Yeah, no, and they're not close.
No.
So they're something's got to change. And if Tua is not that guy, which signs show that he's really not.
I guess my only thing is just like it's the quarterback. They get their money, and some of them. It's that like it's the thing where like I don't know if you saw it, but it was the recent thing. Like it was a something Cam Newton said. He was talking about he was getting $700,000 game, and then he makes the comment. He's like, and that's if I throw for 3 touchdowns and run for 1, or if I throw, or and he was like, if I have 1 fumble for a loss and an interception, I'm still making that.
I think in hindsight, he thinks this way. Maybe he thought about it at the time, but I watched that video, the year he was talking about when he got that contract was 2014. He won an MVP the next season.
Hmm.
So, like, maybe he didn't give a fuck, but also he gave a fuck enough to still be good at football.
But it's just so weird that, like, you would think being that good that year, it wouldn't come to, like, the grand finale and you play literally like you don't give a fuck.
That's true.
Is that not weird? And also in a game where it's like, isn't it like everybody makes the same shit in the playoffs?
Yeah, no, they make the same stuff in the playoffs. So yeah, maybe he was playing based off. I would like to think that he's not.
Nah.
But I mean, he could have.
These guys
for sure.
are. I mean, a lot of guys have already, like, they like the sport.
Sure.
But at the end of the day, it's like I like the check.
Of course.
I like the check, and if I'm gonna get a bigger check
Of
here
course.
or a better check there, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's the same. It's the same in any world. Like the same. Like right now, Cam Newton. It's like I can say something, people hate me. I can say something, people like me. I'm still getting views.
But
I'm still getting ad revenue. I'm still getting endorsements. I'm still getting paid. Like it don't matter.
The thing about being an NFL quarterback, like, if you want that to be your thing, but you can always get a second fucking contract. If you're good enough to get another contract, then you're crazy set. But yeah, I mean, they can play for their guaranteed money and just fuck off and play like shit. But it is weird that, yeah, you're still gonna get that high level. It just depends on the player, really.
Yeah.
Because some guys get paid and they're like, "Fuck this, I'm gonna go coast," and some guys are gonna fucking put the same work they did to get into the league in.
All right, okay.
Or
Well,
no.
then how about J.K. Dobbins?
Oh, he's definitely make or break.
He's missed
He
all.
hasn't played a full season in what,
He
3
missed
years?
all of 21.
Yeah.
He played 8 games in 22. He only played
Yep.
1 game last year.
Yeah.
Um,
He's a 100% make or break,
he's on a new team
and the Chargers are in a win now situation,
for sure.
or at least win next year situation.
We bet they're in a
They're win
they're in a
now.
we
They're
better be way fucking better than we were last year situation.
exactly.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I don't think there's any leeway for that kid.
Um,
He better, and I mean he's still going to be sharing carries with
but
Gus, but he needs to at least be on the field for most of the season, and not have I mean,
but,
another ACL or Achilles. That's a career-ending
did
injury.
you see
So,
what Austin Eckler said?
no, I don't listen to that dumbass.
Who's your running back? He
Yeah,
said
it's yeah,
like one of the reasons he left the Chargers is because they wanted a guy. He said he wasn't the guy they wanted, which was a guy that could carry the ball 300 times a year. So I feel like
So you're telling me that Austin Eckler left the Chargers on his own terms? That's what you're telling me? You're telling me Austin Eckler didn't get fucking cut?
No, but like,
You're telling me?
but
No, I bet they told that to him. They were like, "Hey, yeah, we need a guy who's gonna run 300 to 400 times a season,
well,
a guy who wants to run a lot, a guy who's not old and dumpy like you are."
yes, but with that,
Instead, they came back and they got two decent running backs who are probably going to be splitting
but
carries.
with that being said, if they have some expectations of that, with those expectations for J.K., if
Yeah,
injuries are still a problem, or if he's just not playing good
yeah,
enough to where they're still splitting reps with Gus, there's
yeah.
definitely not going to be many more chances of him going out and being a starting running back, the running back one, a
Sure.
carry the ball 300, 400 times a year running back. Like it's just not.
Yeah.
This is yeah. This is a make or break. This is close. This is the closest one so far.
Well, yeah, no, for sure. Because I mean, the fact that he's even getting this shot after barely touching the field,
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, I mean, his whole career at this point is based off potential. He had what, a good season.
Yeah, a good season.
So yeah, I mean, no one knows, especially after an ACL and an Achilles, and now you're older.
Kyle Pitts.
Uh, yes and no. I mean, you can still run him off potential for a little bit. Um, but because the fact that there's really no more excuses, if Kirk plays well, like if Kirk shows up and just starts fucking playing like Kirk of Washington, then yeah, then there's an excuse. But yeah, if Kirk shows up and plays decent football, then and Pitts is getting the ball and not producing, then yeah,
So that's the
it's
thing.
pretty
Like
make or break.
there's a there's a lot of scapegoats on Atlanta for next season.
Yeah,
Like
and I mean shit, Kyle Pitts could be one of them
that's the thing. He could be one
for
of them.
Kirk.
Kirk could be
Yeah,
one of them. The coaching
yep,
staff can be one of them. Like there's a
yep,
lot of there could be a lot. There are a lot of potential scapegoats for next year.
yep,
But like you said, at least like for right now, there are no excuses. Like you actually have a quarterback now.
yep.
He had 1,000 yards his first year, but infamously only one touchdown. And then he had
Yes,
300 yards next year, 600 yards the year after that. So, or last year. So now it's like you got Kirk Cousins, who they're hyping the shit out of. Um, and it's like
yeah,
even if Kirk isn't the best, it's like he's the best you've had, and you shouldn't need much more.
yeah.
So it's like we're gonna have to start
Now
talking.
that first year was that Matt Ryan?
What was that?
I feel like we've looked this up, and I
I
think it
think it
was
was, yeah,
Matt Ryan
but that's tail end Matt Ryan. I mean,
last year.
if
Matt Ryan,
Kirk
yeah.
ain't better than that,
Last year was a Falcon.
if Kirk ain't better than that, okay,
Sure.
whatever. I'll
Yeah.
give him another year. But I think as of right now, you got to start having conversations of. There was a lot of hype for Kyle Pitts. He was drafted super high up. Like you got to.
Yeah.
There's no reason he shouldn't be eating next year.
Exactly. Yeah.
And then
And I mean, if Kirk sucks, they still got Mr. Penis Jr. So They can always throw him in the mix.
Yeah. They could throw Penix in the year after that, and then he could be another scapegoat. And then Kyle Pitts is in year.
No shit, they can put Penix in this year.
They could.
If Kirk stinks, but
I don't
they're
know.
paying Kirk what?
Yeah, they're not.
$40 million a
They're
year or
not
something.
pulling Kirk. They're not going to pull Kirk.
Kirk could get hurt.
And then the last guy I got is T. Higgins.
Higgins?
So the biggest reason is because of all the drama surrounding T. Higgins.
Yeah.
Sitting out, the whole money thing, and then he eventually
Yeah.
signs the franchise tag.
Yes.
Now, he had, 650 yards in 12 games last year. The two previous
I'm going to be honest, they might not even throw the ball to him, just so they don't have to pay the guy.
The 2 previous years, he had 1,000 yards. But that's the thing. It's like, now he has to go out and,
play better than he did his last bunch of years.
His last 3 years, he's had 2,600 yards. And he's like, all right, fucking pay me. And they're like, no, here's a franchise tag. So, it's like, to me, you don't even have,
But he's a number 2 or 3 receiver on this team.
Yeah, so it's like, do I think he deserves to be one of the highest paid receivers? No. But because he thinks that, does he need to prove it? I don't think he has
I don't think he'll have the opportunity to prove it,
He doesn't have to go.
Jamar Chase is going to be getting that ball.
Sure. He doesn't have to go out and get the most yards in the league or on the team.
But also, we don't know what he wants money-wise. Does he want 25?
I have no clue.
Does he want wide receiver 1 money? He might.
I think when you cause that type of drama, the pressure is on. Now you've got to go out and ball.
It is funny now that, wide receiver running backs are no, pay him fucking nickels. And then quarterbacks, it's yeah, give him whatever you want. The money's not even a fucking option. Money's not real.
When it comes to quarterbacks.
Money's not real. Fucking, Trevor Lawrence, take our entire fucking salary cap.
Yeah.
Fuck
take the entire salary cap. Oh, and by the way, we're getting a new stadium. Because what's money? I have no
what? No, money's not real. We're going to spend billions of dollars on this fucking stadium.
Yes.
You are a decent receiver. I'm not going to give you an extra $2 million a year. You know why? I'm not going to say what I was going to say. But
I don't know what you were going to say, but those are the make or break guys I got for this episode. Next episode I got 5 or 6 more. So we can talk about some more make or break players. But we covered Paul George, somewhat of the draft, Golden State's Paul George, Mikal Bridges, Lakers, whatever the fuck JJ Redick could have potentially said. We got some NFL Jeopardy.
No more NBA Jeopardy?
No more NBA Jeopardy, which I feel like if we ever did play an NBA Jeopardy, it would be abysmal.
It'd be rough.
It would be bad.
It's even hard doing the NFL.
A lot of these are hard. But here we are again.
We suck sometimes at this thing.
We do. Sometimes we fucking suck at these. But we got MVPs, statistics, draft, postseason, others, 100 to 500. Devin, you go first. You know how it goes.
I got fucking skanked the last time. Just for the sake of fun, I'm gonna say others for 2. I don't know what the fuck other means.
I'm not. I guess we're gonna
what
find
it could
out.
Be.
What stadium is the 2024-2025 NFL Super Bowl game taking place in?
I don't know.
Damn, I wish I got this one.
You know?
I do.
I
do know where.
Fuck. Fuck. Am I supposed to know it?
You got one.
Hard Rock.
Hard Rock?
Yeah.
SoFi.
That was the first thing that came to my mind, and I said, no, go fuck yourself, because they just played there 2 years ago.
SoFi
3 years
Stadium. All right. Let's go over and see. I guess I'll do stats for 200. Who has the most receptions in a season of all time? All right. Michael Thomas didn't break it. He broke like didn't he? Fuck.
I think you're overcomplicating this, brother. We've had this before. I had this question and I went quick. So once you start to throw in other names, it gets
Okay,
scary.
Michael Thomas is my guess. Okay.
Yeah.
See, I couldn't remember if he broke that record.
Yeah, he broke.
Or if he had like
because Cooper Cup came close.
If he had a most consecutive record, or if he had, I couldn't remember what it was, but okay.
No,
okay.
it was purely because it was the slant Drew Brees. Just
yeah, I was gonna end up guessing Michael Thomas, but I was definitely gonna go through a Rolodex of old ass receivers and waste a bunch of time.
Also, what a weird fucking career Michael Thomas has.
Yeah, and it's not. It's also has because it's not over.
No one cares to speak about that, man.
Nah. But I mean, he's still playing. He's still there.
I think he missed most of the season with turf toe or something.
Yeah. But
MVPs, those
MVP.
I know my MVPs pretty well.
Oh, you better not fuck this up. You've had this.
That's the sheriff, brother, with 5 of them fuckers. You've
had this
400
times. So yeah, you gotta get that. Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and say that others is kind of scary. That others is a little scary.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Let's go MVPs for 3.
You slut.
Who and when was the last non-QB NFL MVP?
Ooh.
Oh fuck. Okay.
Gotta give me when, brother. I need a year.
Who and when? Okay. I mean, I'll just have to go back. Well,
you know who?
I don't.
Okay, never mind.
Wait, don't tell me the last time it was him. It was that long ago? Because you saying you know who, one person popped up immediately. But now I'm starting to.
It's probably
starting to think if it's happened after this person. When was the last non-QB NFL MVP? Okay, so obviously in these.
Yeah, I don't know what name pops in your head, but it wasn't terribly long ago, no.
So I feel like I'm easily gonna miss somebody here, but I'm going back. It's you have the Lamar years, Mahomes years.
In 19.
Lamar won in 19 in last season. And then what? I mean, I'm gonna go from like. Okay, so we were talking about Cam, 2015. And then the year after that was Matt Ryan because he lost in that.
Year before that was A-Rod.
Year before that was A-Rod. And then the year 2016. Oh yeah, so 2016 Matt Ryan. 2017 was the most boring Super Bowl of all time. Super Bowl 52. But who the fuck won MVP that year? That might have been a weird ass like A-Rod year or something. I don't know. 2018. I'm gonna go AP.
Yeah.
2012 it was?
Yeah.
Okay.
How did it?
Okay.
Is that what you were?
Yes.
Is that the name that popped into your head?
Yeah. No, that was the name that popped in my head, but for some,
I thought you were gonna say like fucking OJ.
No, but for some reason, I'm thinking like, has it really just been quarterbacks? Is there like maybe someone I missed? But when you were like,
no, there's no chance of a human.
You said it, when you said that, I was like, is it really? Okay, like okay, all right, cool, okay,
yeah, it was AP all day.
AP.
MVPs for 4. Slap it to me.
What team has the most NFL MVPs?
That's a toughie. Fuck. All right. Ooh, that's actually fairly easy. Should be. The Green Bay Packers. This isn't the answer yet. Let me talk through it. Green Bay Packers. Favre won 3 straight. 90s and the 3 in the 90s. A-Rod has what, 4? 5?
He doesn't have 5,
4?
but he could have.
2011, 2014,
He has 4. Yeah, he has 4.
and then 2020, 2021.
He has 4. Yeah.
So 4. So that's 7. Brady only has 4 or 3. I think Brady has 3. Peyton has 5. I don't think Unitas won it twice.
4 for Indy, 1 for.
Or for Indy, 1 for
Denver. John Elway.
1 for Denver.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, my only answer is the Packers. I mean, Dallas hasn't had many.
You want me to final guess?
The Packers. Sure. Yeah, I mean, I could be wrong.
Green Bay Packers. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that had to be.
We like that. We like that. Had to be.
All right, let's see what this draft is about. Which NFL draft was taken virtually? Well, I mean, that was the COVID draft. That had to be.
Yes, that is points given to you. 2020.
That had to be the COVID draft. So, yeah. I mean,
see.
Yes. What are we doing here?
See. Yes. Yes, good. Very good. Stats. 3.
How many interceptions did Jalen Hurts throw in 2022 and 2023?
I got to give you a number? Are you kidding me? What the fuck is this? And this isn't even last year. This is the year before.
Damn. Well, how many did he throw, Devin?
7. Fuck!
Wow.
You dirty dumb slut. That's got to be the hardest question on this entire fucking thing.
See, but I just know it's okay. I'm going to watch. I'll get hit with something ridiculous later, so it's fine.
But that's donkey tits.
Right, postseason 200. Who has the most postseason touchdowns of all time?
Are we talking passes or throws? Or, sorry, passes or catches? We're talking catches now, maybe? I don't know.
Okay, here, I'll do it like this then. If throwing is involved, it's Tom Brady.
That is just.
And if it's not, then I will go and say Jerry Rice. I don't fucking know. Okay. Did you know that?
No, I had no clue. Did you say Jerry Rice as your other guy?
Yeah. Did I cut for a second? Yeah, I said Jerry. Did you think you were thinking Jerry too?
I was thinking Tom and Jerry.
I said Jerry. It's fucking Travis Kelce. Okay, cool. Yeah.
That's nuts. I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
Fuck Travis Kelce. I don't care.
Yeah. I guess.
You are what you eat. And Travis Kelce's a stinky pussy. Sorry.
Oh fuck, Devin. That was oh god.
MVPs for 1. This better be easy.
MVPs for 1. How many MVPs has Patrick Mahomes won?
Oh, now that because you paused me, I got to think now.
What do you mean?
I said 2. Did you hear me?
No, it cut. We cut. We're back.
Okay, I said 2. I said 2. Lock it in. Now I'm gonna think about it for a second because you paused me and I was like, "Oh, am I wrong?" Last year was Lamar. Year before was Patty Mack. Year before that, who was the MVP in 22?
I'm sorry, but this would specifically correlate with you getting the answer.
All right. Let's fucking change this real quick. 2018 NFL MVP. Patricia Mahomes. 2019. Lamar Jackson. 2020 Aaron Rodgers. 2021 Aaron Rodgers. 2022 what is happening?
What you got?
Did Mahomes win 2 back-to-back? Why are you shrugging your fucking shoulders at me? Fuck! I mean, who could have won MVP after?
I don't know, bro. Don't know.
Oh, don't do this to me. I know all the MVPs. Why am I blanking on a year? Fuck. That Super Bowl was Rams, Bengals.
Yeah. Rams,
I mean,
Bengals.
was it Aaron that year? Was that 21?
53 was.
Was that 53?
It wasn't 53. That was 55.
No, that was like 50
6. I
something.
don't even fucking know anymore.
Mahomes has 2 Super Bowl MVPs.
What you
Or
got?
3.
You got.
He has
Let's see. You got to
3
lock
now.
something in at some point.
Fuck. Does he have 3 MVPs?
I already let the lock it in slide earlier. I missed it.
You didn't hear
I
it.
missed
You
it.
didn't hear it. It's only for 100 points. I'll go back to 0. I know I'm going to kick myself if it's 2, but I'll say 3. Fuck, it's 2. There's no way it's not 2. I knew it right when I said it. All I had to do was stay with 2, lock it in. Who the fuck won MVP that year?
Do you want to make sure that this isn't now the all the ones I make sure we play are made this year?
Well, I mean, Lamar won this year, so it doesn't matter.
But like I'm saying, like, did they just fuck up? Yeah. Okay. So yeah, they're right. Because you're right. When you started thinking, I was like, damn, like what? Who did win that year? The year, but okay, yeah.
Wait, hold on.
No, but it is 2. The answer was 2. What do I want to go with? I'm gonna go stats for 100. Who had the most touchdowns in the 2023-2024 season? Non-quarterback. So that was last season. Who had the most touchdowns? Dude.
Oh.
I mean, this could be a lot of people. I'm gonna go McCaffrey.
That's Christian.
Raheem Mostert.
Same team. I thought it was Christian.
Had the most touchdowns in the 2023-2024 season.
That's right. I don't feel as bad about the Mahomes one, even though that was the dumbest fucking thing.
That's crazy though. That's a wild.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good for Mostert.
Okay. Are we sure about that? Like that's true?
I think so. Could be.
Do you remember that being a thing?
Yeah, he had a bunch of touchdowns early in the season.
That's wild. Okay, so the most, and it was non what? Just
and he also received a lot. He had 40 last year. Holy
Jesus
fuck!
Fucking Christ! See, yeah. Why do we not?
No, he didn't. That's his career. He didn't have 40 total.
Okay, I was about to say yeah. There's no yeah. What
He had 18 as a running back.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. Makes sense. It's fine. I believe you. I believe this.
If not, we'll look it up after or whatever.
I believe it. What you want to go with?
MVPs for 500. I'm taking the lead.
All right.
Who won the MVP? I knew it would be like, who's the first MVP? Who won the MVP in 1963? His name starts with Y. His first name or his last name? What are we talking about here? Giants quarterback Giannis Tabuli.
Is that your answer?
Couldn't tell you.
Y.A. Tittle.
Peter Yan.
Y.A. Tittle. You know, I kind of like.
I could have pulled that out of my balls. I know the name.
I've definitely seen the name. I don't think I would have guessed it.
It's way more of a baseball player name than a football player name.
Yeah, it's definitely.
That's like a 20s baseball player name.
All right. I'm gonna go postseason for 100. What team has the most Super Bowls? Now, I feel like you had this.
Just give me one of them.
I think. Oh fuck. There's multiple.
I think one of them is sitting alone at the top, maybe. Or there's a multiple.
Fuck, dude. Now you got me overthinking it. Because you just said, give me one of them, and then you said there's one alone at the top. So, yeah.
Well, I know a bunch have
You just fucked me all up.
some number, a bunch have another number, and then maybe one or two has another number. Well, you clearly know one of them. The head coach is dating a 12-year-old.
Bro, it's like I was.
Sorry.
I know. I've been thinking. Okay, Patriots. I don't. Yeah. Okay, I was going to say either Steelers or Patriots, but it was like fucking.
Yeah, it's the both of them. They got 6.
As soon as you said what the.
That was a wild claim. She's 23. I'm joking.
How old did you say?
But I said 12.
Yeah, no, it is crazy.
That's a joke.
Yeah, no, that.
Jesus, I'm sorry.
No, but yeah, that is crazy. That is.
Yeah, 50 plus years. Also, her ex, mid-60s.
Oh, okay.
She's built to do this. This is her job.
This is okay. This
is what she does.
Okay.
I mean, it's rare to find. No one's fallen in love with Bill Belichick.
Yeah. This is all.
Even if
this is all making total sense now. I'm glad we figured this out. No. Okay, cool.
Yeah. No, none of it made sense to begin with, and it still doesn't make much. I don't know. Perfect. Whatever. She can do whatever she wants. Postseason. Trace.
Postseason. Who has the most Super Bowl MVPs of all time?
Thomas Edward Patrick Brady.
Yeah.
Finally, they give me the easy one.
Go others for Hundo. How many yards is a first down, Devin? That would be 10. I'm mad I even got that question.
Yeah.
How many yards is a first down?
I'm still afraid of anything in the draft world. I don't know much about the draft.
Seems like you do though. Like you'll be pulling like blah 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 blah. Like you'll be pulling some shit out.
I could pull some things. Don't be hyping me up. Don't be pushing me toward that draft one. Don't get it.
But I'm saying like.
No, I know. But yeah, no. Sometimes I know some drafts.
Pulling some shit out.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know much about deep rounds or people or anybody. I know number one picks.
See, but like it's like
postseason.
400.
But yeah, no, I know weird little tidbits.
In the year 19 to 20, what player had sealed the game with a touchdown, raising the score up 11? Not a QB.
What does this mean?
Postseason. Okay, so it was the postseason of 2019-2020.
It is the postseason.
What player had sealed the game with a touchdown, raising the score up 11? So
up by 11? Or the score is 11?
The score up 11. So, all right. I mean, okay.
So made the...
Was this Niners-Chiefs Super Bowl?
Could have been.
Because that was an 11-point ball game. It was 31 to 20.
No, 19 to 20 was... Bucks Chiefs Super Bowl.
Was it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. They won by more than 11, right?
Because this was the one that was.
Okay, then I think.
Or no. No. Sorry, no. 1920 was. Yeah, the Chiefs. Niners. Thanks for the help.
I was if that's what that is. If that's what that is, they did win by. I'm pretty sure it was an 11-point game. And,
yes.
I mean, that's
hint. Not a quarterback. I mean, I got one, maybe two guesses here. It's either Travis or Tyreek Hill.
Was it?
I don't know. It could have been fucking Byron Pringle. I don't know. I don't remember that Super Bowl. I stopped watching it. It sucked. Actually, it was pretty decent.
Yeah, no, it was a 10-point comeback in the fourth quarter. That was a good Super Bowl.
It was. Fuck.
you got?
Tyreek Hill.
Tyreek Hill. Damian Williams is the answer.
Not a chance in the fucking world I was
You don't
getting that.
remember?
I know who that is now that we're saying it.
Damian?
He was a rookie, I think.
Let's get this last.
He was
let's
good.
knock this last 100 off the board. What round was Jordan Love drafted in?
Ooh. I know this for
First.
some weird reason.
Yeah. That's why Aaron was so pissed.
Yeah.
That's why Aaron was pissed off.
I was going to say fifth.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
I thought it was the fact that they had drafted anybody at quarterback. But yes, now thinking about it, it was a first.
We were like, okay, so
the whole world was mad.
They're going to draft a piece for Aaron, and they drafted a fucking quarterback.
I would love to see who they could have drafted.
Definitely something
to give him
we need to research after this and look at and see.
I need to look into that.
That is hilarious.
Because that was kind of, I mean, and I would have thought Aaron would have been out like that. He was like, yeah, I'm going to stay around for another 2 or 3 years. I don't know why he did. Didn't help his career. Draft 300.
Draft 300. What round was Isaiah Pacheco drafted in?
Late. I'm honestly going to say 7.
7?
Yeah.
Round 7, pick 251.
Let's go. Yeah, he was very late.
Hey,
he was not supposed to be good at football.
That was a pull.
Yep.
All right. I'm gonna knock this others out. Others 300. What team has the smallest stadium in the NFL? That would be Chicago. We've had this question. They got the smallest, I think.
Okay. I know they're the oldest.
They're the oldest and the smallest.
Soldier Field. Yeah.
They're a tiny little field.
Yep. Fuck it. Draft 4-banger.
Draft 400.
Put it on me.
What pick was Odell Beckham Jr.?
Oh. Pick? So first round? Or was he second round?
He was first.
Was he a first rounder? Maybe. The Giants going into that year, what was that, like 2015, 2014 draft probably?
Yeah, when the I'm going to say, not, yeah.
Long time ago. He's an old bitch now.
Golly.
I'll say, if it's first round, I'll say like pick 18. If it's second round, 42.
Round 1, pick 12.
He was a 12er?
I was thinking 13. That's crazy. Pick 12.
That's his number. I was thinking 21 until I said 18.
But then I was like, maybe that's why he picked 13. He was picked 13. No, number 12.
No, he was number 3 in
he
college.
was.
Couldn't wear 13. He couldn't wear 3.
I'm going to go
at the time.
Stats or others? Stats or others? I'm going to go others. The others is kind of interesting. How many times has Aaron Donald been a 99 overall in Madden?
All of the times.
24.
I mean, how many times have they fucking glazed the fuck out of a dummy?
I'm going to say 6. Damn.
I was going to say 5.
Damn.
So they're glazers.
Yeah, he's...
I mean, an interior lineman should never have a 99 status to begin with. But.
He's the literal gold standard for a Madden 99 overall, I guess.
Yeah, he's the best. Postseason, 5.
Postseason for 500. Who was the 1999 Super Bowl MVP?
That would be... I think it's Curtis Warner. If it's not, it's Marshall Faulk. But I'm going to say Kurt Warner.
Kurt Warner is correct.
Yeah.
All right.
That was the infamous I can't reach that far Super Bowl.
It was. Stats for 400. How many rushing touchdowns did Justin Fields have 2 years ago?
Interesting question. That's when he ran for 1,000 believe.
Say 8. Dude,
You dumb, dirty
get
slut.
the fuck out of my face.
That is slutty
Get the
territory,
fuck
brother.
out of my face. I was so close to saying
You're a
11. I was
dirty
like
slut.
8-11, 8-11, 8-11, 8-11.
I was going to say 12. You know, it's just to piss all over your parade. Give me drafts for 5.
Yeah.
I'm about to fuck your day
What
up,
NFL
brother.
player refused to be drafted by an NFL team?
What does that mean?
What NFL player refused to be drafted by an NFL team?
Laramie Tunsil? Don't lock that in. I don't know. Let me think. Was there a guy who refused to be drafted?
There were a couple. There were a couple guys.
Who would declare for like any
Like
NFL team or like certain NFL
they
teams?
got drafted and they're like, no, I'm not playing for y'all. So figure it out, because I'm not playing for y'all. You don't know? I'm not gonna lie.
I was supposed to know.
Easy 500 banger.
I didn't know I was supposed to know this. Reggie Bush.
Hey, your answer?
Yeah.
It was Eli. Chargers.
He was drafted by them though.
Yeah, but I just said, like, they drafted you, and he was like, no, I'm not playing. Like, I'm not playing for y'all.
That is what happened. I did know that happened.
Yeah.
I was thinking someone was like, yeah, no, I'm not putting the jersey on.
Well, I think the drafts put in before the calls made. So he might have even said, like, no. And they were like, what do you mean, no?
I think they already knew. I mean, because wasn't it Eli for Rivers?
Was it Rivers or
Breeze.
was it Ryan Leaf? Where was Ryan Leaf? Who was traded?
Ryan Leaf was he Brady's draft?
Who was traded for Eli Manning?
It may have been Leaf, actually.
Oh yeah, it was Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, it was Rivers. Leaf was drafted in 98.
Oh,
and then he just became a drug addict
was a
after
Charger
that.
at some point. Okay, cool. All right. This is me. I'm gonna go with others. How many NFL female referees have refereed?
Too many. Sorry.
Let's say 4.
Bye.
Oh, dude, fuck it, whatever. I'll take it.
That's a lot.
It is. Final
Holy
question,
cow.
Devin. Who has the most fumbles of all time?
Congrats. Leon Lett.
This is actually an easy one, too, if you want to actually try.
Emmitt Smith.
That's your answer?
Yeah.
It's Brett.
I did know that. He's got the most picks by, like, hundreds. And,
man,
he's leading the league in.
I thought you were gonna like strip sacks, you know, like. He loved to turn that ball over. 500 to negative 1,200. Damn, Devin, I'm sorry. I mean, I wasn't trying. I wasn't even.
I got fucked over a few times,
try.
And it's not like you had a crazy round.
No, but I was in the positives.
Finishing 5. You were positives.
Positives.
But I kind of go all for nothing. I'm.
Yeah, I mean, one of your answers was Y.A. Tittle, so I'll give it to you. You had some.
That one's not fun.
You had some questions.
But some weird ones in there. There's odd ones.
With all that being said, we talked.
It's all right.
The NBA draft, kinda. We talked some more Laker drama. Mikal Bridges traded to the Knicks. Golden State being interested in Paul George, make or break seasons for certain players, NFL Jeopardy. Is there anything you want to say before we get out of here?
I need to watch the highlights of the debate. That'll be fun.
I'm sure it'll be.
Dude,
I'm sure it'll be fucking.
Biden's chin was collapsing on himself. I don't know what that was. That was gross.
Yeah,
Um,
I'll just say I'm sure I'll go on Instagram or whatever and see all the highlights.
yeah, there's gonna be loads of stuff on there.
Definitely not the politics. We're definitely not going to cover the debate. I'll say that. We
No,
definitely will not talk about
no.
that as a topic. But with all that being said, hopefully you enjoyed this episode. We have brand new episodes every Tuesday and Saturday. We'll be back on Tuesday to talk more off-season NBA, more off-season NFL, another NFL Jeopardy, whatever the fuck else is going on in the world. It has been me. It has been Devin. It has been real. We are out.
Stay true. Yeah, what the fuck?